Today we did a birthing class.
At this moment that we're going to a birthing class.
It's beautiful.
How do you feel about it?
It's the miracle of life, man. It's the class about the miracle of life. It's amazing.
Is that a freckle on my nose?
Now, I want to do the birthing class because I have no idea what to expect. I just wanted to know about breath and like physicality, and my one friend was like, oh, I did a doula birthing class and they taught me like all these positions where I can rotate the baby and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I'd like to do that. It is not what I expected.
This give birth class is that I didn't read the information properly, and I thought it was only an hour and a half, but it's 3 hours. Do you think that we could come up with an excuse to leave early?
Yeah, just tell them you're having your child right now.
That's a big performance.
First of all, I felt like I was in sex ed where they just like show you videos. The woman teaching it was very lovely, but also kind of cold. Like not like soft, lovely, like everything's going to be okay. And at first she was going through what's going to happen when you give birth, which is fine. It's good to know. I'm a hypochondriac. I kind of would rather less detail because that way my imagination won't wander. It was a very tight room. I'm a comedian, so the fact that I just said it's a tight room is so stupid. It was literally a class that we were in, but everybody was tense. So we have to explain why we're there. So I start talking and explain, okay, well, I want to be here for the reasons that I said. And then you had to say the day the baby was due. And my husband was like, January 25th. And I was like, nope, that's not the date at all. So then now the room laughs. So now everybody's a bit more comfortable. And I'm like, okay, gotta keep working this room. Gotta make sure that everybody's comfortable and okay. And ladies, I know this is weird. And I just want everyone to feel better, which is, as I said, it's a bad habit. When we were introducing ourselves, there was a woman that seemed very afraid. She was like, I'm here because I'm really scared. I'm really, really scared. She said it like 1,000 times. And I was like, damn, I thought I was scared, but this bitch is very scared. So then the teacher, let's call her Louise. I don't know what her name was. So then teacher Louise takes out the pelvic floor skeleton and is explaining how the baby goes down and through the canal and then the turns and then this and then that. And I was like, I had no idea this is what happened. Then she gets out this like knitted version of a womb and vagina, okay? And she's trying to ask us questions, but no one really wants to answer the questions because we are adults. We're all very uncomfortable and nervous, and we don't know each other. And just tell us. This isn't a test. We don't have to be interacting. You can just tell us. We don't need to be guessing, okay? And I just remember like in elementary school, in high school, when you made a guess and you were wrong, you felt so stupid. Well, at least I did. For those of you who weren't wrong, you probably had a great old time. But this guy right here, very stupid. One time we were reading out loud in high school, and in the book it said salami, but it was spelt with an IS at the end. And I kept saying the salamis hanging in the window, and nobody told me that it was wrong. And everyone kept laughing. And I said the salamis like 4 times. So I'm a bit traumatized by answering. And so she's explaining like, this is where the baby is and this is where this is. And she takes out the doll because she's going to put the doll through the knitted uterus and the canal and all this stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about when I re-explain this. Like I didn't learn much. So then she turns around and she unzips this little portion of the female knitted anatomy, and she goes, does anyone know what this is? And she does it all like coy. And so I sat there, and in my head I was like, maybe it's a butthole. And no one was answering. She's like, no one wants to guess. And I said, butthole? And she said, what? So now I know I'm wrong because she said what? I don't want to say it again. So I just went, the butthole? And then she went, no, not the butthole. And then the whole class laughed, but that's okay because everybody needed to loosen up anyways. But I'm like, you didn't have to ask. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what this is. It's a knitted, it could be a goddamn sock with a zipper. I don't know what this is, but that's okay because I cracked the audience. And now we got a good flow going. You know, everybody's a little bit more comfortable. She moves on to then tell us that we are going to watch 3 different birthing videos. And I put up my hand and was like, I might go out of the room for the birthing videos. I don't really want to see that part. Like, I'm already afraid enough. I'm a hypochondriac. I'd rather be in the dark, because the truth is, ladies, we are not giving birth looking down going, oh, that's what's happening. We're like this. If I didn't see the birthing videos, I wouldn't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. And she said, no, you should stay in the class. Just shut your eyes, but you should hear what's going on. So she doesn't let me leave the class. Now, I'm going to tell you, these birthing videos were graphic. They were horrifying. There were 3 different women giving birth, and she said that 2 of the women aren't getting an epidural, but she didn't tell us which ones. So we're having to sit and watch these DVDs that were done probably in like 2005. This is where I felt like I was in sex ed. I didn't pay to do this class so I could watch videos that I could watch at home or on YouTube if I wanted to. I paid to come and learn what I should do with my body. Anyways, so this one woman starts going into labor, and she is not doing well. It was so bad that all of a sudden I just hear someone go in the class, and it was the woman that was very afraid. She breaks out into full-on tears, like hyperventilating, crying, is so scared. Then another woman breaks out into tears, and now there's 2 women crying in the class, and I was like, oh my God. And then I start laughing, not because of I feel for these women, but I'm now laughing because I was like, yeah, this is horrendous. This is like the most insane thing, and the video's still going, and the woman on screen is like, oh, I'm dying, and like, I can't do it. And these women are crying in fear, and then the teacher is going over being like, are you okay? No, she's not. She's not okay. Why are you subjecting us to this? By the way, this whole time, I'm not watching. I have my eyes down. I was like, I do not care. I do not care if anybody sees me hiding my eyes. I told you I didn't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. You don't make somebody sit through a horror movie when they don't want to watch the horror movie. A horror movie is much better to watch. Watching somebody get stabbed, you think that is graphic and that is just horrible. But that probably, knock on wood, won't happen to me. Also, it's fake. That is fake blood. This is a scene. This isn't reality. You are making us women sit and watch through a horror movie that is going to happen to us in like, I don't know, 1 to 3 months from now. That is actually like sitting someone in front of Scream and being like, hey, this is going to happen to you eventually. You're going to go get stabbed by a guy with a ghost face. So we're just going to show you your future. Anyways, that goes on. These women are crying. I have my head down. I asked my husband to tell me when the baby's out. The baby's out. I put my head up, and then they deliver the placenta, which I didn't know was coming. I did not know that the placenta came out after. I also didn't know the placenta looks like a sea creature that you have to carry with 2 hands. I can't handle what's going on right now. Like, this is absolutely insane that we are just watching somebody's placenta be carried off. And I burst out laughing. I make eye contact with this guy, and then he starts laughing. And I just went, what the fuck? I couldn't even control my words. I was so shocked. And now I'm traumatized. So I took this course, and now I'm traumatized. Me and my husband were both pretty traumatized.
Okay, Matt, what was your favorite part of that whole thing?
The banana bread.
What was your least favorite part of that whole thing?
The vagina opening. You didn't even watch it.
I couldn't watch it. My favorite part is when the woman broke into tears of fear. I think
When she watched the...
When she got so scared of giving birth that she just went... And I was like...
And then another woman started crying.
What?
And
That was the
yeah,
same
you
woman.
didn't know 2 women were crying.
Jesus.
And then I just secretly started laughing because I was like, yeah, this is fucked. We shouldn't be shown this. It's not helpful. This is why I asked to leave the room when it happened. I mean, he's not the one who has to go through it. I am. But even he said, this is wild. Then I talked to a bunch of my friends who have taken these classes, and they said that these videos were never shown to them. They actually got a nice birthing class where you learn about the breath. I did learn some things. It was good to know that when the baby drops, that's when his head, is in your whatever it's called. I should remember this, but I'm not good at school. And then I liked that I knew that when he drops that I'm going to be able to breathe again. What are some other things that I learned in case you want to know? I don't really remember. I don't even remember what I learned because I had to black everything out from the traumatizing videos that I saw. So now I'm even more scared. Now I'm even more scared of what to expect and what's going to happen. And I paid for the course, so I'm going to have to go back, and I hope I learn something else, but I don't think I really will. And I feel like I could have watched Grey's Anatomy to learn what I just learned in this birthing prenatal class. If you guys have classes that you liked, maybe put them in the comments below for other women to see and go and try so that they don't have to endure what I endured. I mean, it was pretty funny. As a comedian, it was good to know. But as a scared person who's going to give birth soon, it wasn't. But as a scared soon-to-be mom, it wasn't helpful. She did make really good banana bread, though. That was a perk.